Hi everyone. So I just wanted to recap on a few things that I spoke about in my mental health video. And the first one is, I suppose, the tools that I have built up over the years to deal with the daily challenges of diabetes, the weekly challenges, the monthly challenges, and the yearly challenges. And I suppose the first one for me that I've learned, and I think it's very, very important, is to go easy on yourself. It's tough, it's really tough. And instead of saying to myself, you're lucky it's not something worse like cancer, there's other people worse off than you shouldn't be feeling like this, it's something you can control. Control is a very, I suppose, a wrong description for diabetes. Yes, it's possible to control it somewhat with insulin, but it's a daily struggle. So I've learned over the years to acknowledge my feelings and say, yeah, you're allowed to feel like this. You have this 29 years, you're doing this 29 years, and it's shit every day. And I suppose, just feel the way I'm feeling. If I feel like I'm angry, if I feel like I'm going to cry, if I feel like I'm frustrated, I say, yeah, you're allowed to feel like this. It's tough. It's really, really tough. And I think that really, really helps. And I suppose with anger and frustration, you have to kind of find a positive way to acknowledge it or to deal with it, I suppose. And the feelings that you have are tough, so you should be allowed to feel like that. It's a lifelong illness. Some people are only starting out, other people have it probably as long as I have, maybe some people have it less, but it's tough. It's a daily challenge, and you should be allowed to feel frustrated and angry and like you're going to cry and that you want to scream. And don't stop yourself from feeling those feelings. Just acknowledge them and say, yeah, I'm feeling like this. I suppose the other thing for me is, if I feel I need a break from diabetes, I take a break. Just take a break. I normally, my breakouts, they're normally maybe 1 or 2 days, and I just eat chocolate and I eat cake and I do what non-diabetics do. And then I normally feel sick and tired, and that kind of gives me the determination and the push to get back on the straight and narrow and kind of start looking after it again. Now, sometimes these breaks have lasted a week, but generally they only last maybe 1 or 2 days. And you need a break. Every now and again you need a break. So that's another tool that I find is really important for me. If I need a break, I take a break. The third thing for me is getting outside. Outside is a big thing for me. Going for a walk with the dogs, go down the fields, going for a walk in Emo or wherever you live. Just go somewhere nice. Take time on your own if you have children, if you can. And I find just getting outside, it helps me to, I suppose, gather my thoughts and acknowledge my feelings and think about them and try and figure out some kind of a solution of how I'm going to deal with it. I suppose another thing for me is flowers and gardening. That's a big thing for me. Again, it's outside, and I just feel it just makes me feel better. When I'm really frustrated and I'm really, angry or annoyed or upset or whatever feeling I'm feeling. So I'm definitely getting outside. It does improve your mood. Even going for a 20-minute walk, if you can squeeze it in. I'm not one for exercise. Exercise is probably the last on my list, but I do try and get out for a walk, and it certainly helps. And the fourth one for me is, and I think I've only realised this over, I suppose, the last couple of years, and that's talking to other diabetics. And I've joined lots of groups on Facebook and social media, and that really, really helps. The Thrive-A-Beatus conference that's on annually, I went to that for the first time this year, and I was just overwhelmed with how much it actually helped me. So look up thriveabeatus.ie. It's definitely a website to follow, and it's definitely a conference to go to. But also try and meet people in your local area. I think if you can meet people face to face, it makes a big difference. Social media helps, but I think on a personal level, it's nice to talk to somebody and chat to them about what their struggles are, um, on a face to face. I think it makes it it's better. It's better for me anyway. I don't know about you or anybody else. So that's why I've started setting up a type 1 diabetic support group in Portlaoise, and we are going to meet at the end of the month, the last Thursday of every month. So if anybody is interested, in anybody that's watching from Laois or the surrounding areas, Offaly or Carlow, please feel free to contact me, and we'll add you to our group. You'll find the group on Facebook. It's Diabetic Me Type 1 Support Group Laois. Or you can contact me on Facebook, and I'll add you to the group. So I suppose there are my 4 tools that I use to get through every day. Now sometimes these work and sometimes they don't, but I suppose everybody is different and they need to find their own tools. But definitely those 4 help for me, and maybe hopefully they might help for you as well. So thanks for listening, and see you soon.